Hi, I'm Pallavi Prasad. I know COVID-19 isn't exactly on top of everyone's mind today, which is exactly why this curated newsworthy bulletin on the pandemic is just what you need to keep up. First, the good news, by 2020 standards at least, the results of phase 1 trials for Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine candidate are out. It is well tolerated and generates a strong immune response in people above 55. But because scientists are working with an accelerated timeline to find a vaccine, they already knew this. They took a well-educated scientific guess, and instead of waiting for weeks, months, and years for results as they normally have to, they have proceeded to next stages, which is how Moderna's vaccine is undergoing final stage trials as we speak. Globally, the death toll from COVID-19 crossed 1 million earlier this week, and Reuters did some sobering math. A person is dying from COVID-19 every 16 seconds somewhere in the world. USA, India, and Brazil remain the top 3 worst hit, and Europe is fighting a second wave quite valiantly. Schools are on, but ingeniously. Open classrooms, small batches of kids so that fewer have to be quarantined just in case someone tests positive. It's something that India can take some notes on. Speaking of which, I've talked about India's recent hopeful trends. Fewer new cases, lower death toll, a higher recovery, slower spread of infection. But there were always 2 caveats to this, and on both counts, India is on shaky grounds. First, these good trends only hold and mean something if we are aggressively testing. There is no sense in these numbers if we are not testing enough. The government is saying that we're good on that front. In fact, it has boasted a few times how on September 25th, India hit an all-time testing high. Nearly 15 lakh tests were conducted on that day, the ICMR has said. But now we have some new information which changes things. There is a glaring discrepancy in ICMR's testing data for September 24th and the total put forward by states and UTs, and the difference is of over 290,000 tests. There's more. In Madhya Pradesh, the government has issued an order that record of asymptomatic patients who test positive for COVID-19 through rapid antigen tests need not be updated on ICMR's central portal for all testing data, the RT-PCR app. That's against national guidelines, which say that this updating needs to be done for all tests in real time. Otherwise, new cases will obviously dip. 2 days after the order, Bhopal has reported a 1/3 dip in daily cases. Suddenly, Bihar is also claiming that it has conducted a record number of tests, 1.5 lakh samples in a day. This is Bihar we're talking about. It had the lowest testing rate among all states until a few months ago. But again, this is poll-bound Bihar we're talking about. Turns out the government is recording results only from rapid antigen tests, which are cheaper and easier to do than RT-PCR tests, but also throw up false negatives much more often. And then there's West Bengal. There's a machine called Cobas 8800. It's an automated COVID testing machine. You can put and test as many as 4,000 samples in one day. Well, this machine recently threw up a high positivity rate. That is, a large number of samples put in it came out positive. So the West Bengal government has simply reduced how many samples it sends to the machine. So there goes the first caveat. The second caveat was patience. We have to wait out to see if the trends hold. And in this while, social distancing, masks, hand hygiene, test, trace, isolate, the works. But the festive season is coming up, so this has become a whole lot trickier. We don't exactly have a great track record with religious gatherings and occasions. After Onam, cautious Kerala has seen a 126% increase in active COVID cases. Goa and Maharashtra saw a surge in cases after Ganesh Chaturthi as people violated safety norms. Over 400 priests in Puri's Jagannath temple have also tested positive. India has over 940,000 people actively sick with COVID-19, and over 97,000 people have passed away. That's all I have for today. Thank you for your time.